Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? So is this government finally starting to show their true colors? There were some concerns that I had about it, especially with Maliki involved. An interesting article comes out that might point to what we've been afraid of all this time. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I'll get your opinion on it. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold, silver, or any other precious metals, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description, or just type in www.moneymetals.com/Pimpy. If you make a purchase when you follow that link, you'll be entered for a chance to win 10 free silver ounces. So get started today, and hopefully your stack to look like this real soon. So head on over, tell them Pimpy sent you. You can follow me over on other platforms. I do have my own group over on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So head on over here and join us. It's free to do so. In here, I do post updates. If I should get on suspension from YouTube or get removed from YouTube and you want to know what happened to me, I'll let you know right here in this group. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and the cool thing about YouTube, if you come over here and you join and you find my channel, I got videos going back, I believe, a couple years. So if you want to see some older videos that I have on Nasera, Jacera, gold, silver, cryptos, come on over here and join. Look me up and check out my videos. You can also find me on Odyssey. Catch me on Rumble. When I say that the links for all these are down below in the description, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's real simple. Just go down to the bottom right here of any of my videos. See this? This is the description. Hit show more. And there are all the links to all the platforms I just spoke about. So if you do want to head on over to Money Metals, just click it. And there you are. So come on over. Join us. I look forward to having you. A quick side note. I'm going to leave a link for this video. It's free on Pimpy's News Network. I want to encourage you guys to watch it. But if you can, also share it. Listen to the news that's in there because it's really important. I think it's time for us to have an open debate. Go see what I'm talking about. Like I said, it's free right now. So I will put the link down below. I encourage you guys to go check it out. All right, so Iraq is negotiating with Turkey for Kurdistan region's oil re-exports, says Iraq Oil Ministry. It says Iraq is negotiating with Turkey to resume pumping oil exports from Kurdistan region, confirmed by the oil ministry. He emphasized that the OPEC coalition is committed to making a decision that achieved a balance in the oil market and served the interests of the consumer, producer, and investor. It says the major oil-producing nations are scheduled to convene in Vienna on Sunday for a meeting to test the strength of the understanding between Saudi Arabia and Russia amid indications of recent divergence in certain positions. Now, this is the part that I find interesting. However, Bloomberg, Reuters, and Wall Street Journal reported that their reporters were not invited to the meeting. OPEC declined to comment when contacted by Agence France Presse regarding this matter. Yeah, my guess is that they're going to be talking about what they need to do and how close they are to pulling away from the US dollar. The decision to exclude certain media outlets from the meeting is believed to have been initiated by Riyadh, which is facing pressure from falling prices. In April, several countries within the OPEC Plus group announced surprising cuts of over 1 million barrels per day to raise prices. However, prices have fallen by more than 10% due to concerns about a global economic turndown, potential interest rate hikes by major central banks, and a slower than expected recovery in demand from China following the easing of the RONA. Look, the powers that be are doing their best to just really create such a worldwide financial crisis that everybody's hurting. They can't force the CBDC on you. You have to want to take it. Just like they can't force the mark of the beast on you, you have to want to take it. So if they strip away all your food, take all the commodities, drive the price down as close to zero as possible, drain you of your investments, of your stocks and bonds, drain your retirement of the money that they have there, pretty soon you'll have nothing. Said the OPEC Plus alliance faced a significant setback in March of 2020 when Russia refused to cut its production to support price amidst the RONA. In response, Saudi Arabia flooded the market with increased oil exports, causing the price to drop below $50 a barrel. Well, I don't think that's going to happen again. I think they're actually teaming up, which is different altogether. See, this is the kind of news that I was hoping for once this budget gets signed. International report. Iraq's 2023 budget ushers in a new era of development that the country has not seen in 50 years. That's barring any corrupt issues or anything else like that that pops up. Iraq's 2023 budget contains provisions for the largest projects in 5 decades, with the country aiming to benefit from increased oil exports revenues, Construction Week reported. Al-Shamari, the Prime Minister's political advisor, said these projects worth billions of dollars are primarily focused on the development path. This initiative entails the construction of a 1,200-kilometer railroad and the largest highway in the country. He said both the railroads and the highways will connect the southern region of Iraq through the port in Turkey in the north, and the launch of work is expected in 2023. Shamari was quoted by the official news saying that other strategic projects are also included in the budget, which will soon be approved by Parliament. Yeah, the sooner the better. The 2023 budget includes allocations for major projects that Iraq has not seen in over 50 years. One of the biggest projects is the development path that will consider a turning point for Iraq in terms of trade and investment. This is exactly what I was talking about. Working on these projects that opens up the door more for Iraq on the international scene. Now, this was the part I was worried about. After the IMF warning, Iraq is on the gates of a big crisis and time is getting tight. So it says economic researchers said yesterday, Thursday, that the report of the International Monetary Fund regarding Iraqi government monetary and fiscal policies is dangerous and indicates that Iraq is at the gate of a major crisis. This is what I was waiting for, to see if there's any kind of sneaky crap going on. We've not heard any news like this regarding a corrupt government. Now, this doesn't necessarily say it's corrupt, but apparently their monetary policies are starting to look that way. He pointed out in a post on Twitter, followed by the Journal, that the government's economic tampering in the management of public finances and its confusion in its monetary policies are all factors that will eventually lead to the great economic difficulties. So there's that word tampering. If you remember yesterday in the video, I pointed out that people are concerned with Maliki and his people in charge that they're going to see the same exact thing that happened last time, where $850 billion just disappeared. Man, that's almost as bad as our Pentagon. Jeez. He said the political parties are struggling today to maximize their budget quotas, as if they're struggling to leave it, not to adopt a budget that guarantees reform and economic development. He pointed out that time is beginning to narrow this government and opportunities are beginning to decrease in front of it. And instead of preoccupying people with unenforceable international projects, it should focus on dealing with international economic imbalance and corruption with all of its tools. Well, it's kind of hard to look into corruptions when the very people that are supposed to be doing it are the ones who are corrupt. So we keep hearing all the talks about everybody trying to push us towards electric vehicles, and the need for oil is going to drastically drop. It's kind of hard to believe that when you see Iraq is continuing to spend a lot of money on updating and creating larger oil refineries. Iraq awards major contract to build oil storage facility. Iraq is going to full throttle in its oil and gas development and held a resumption ceremony for a project award to a Chinese firm to build a crude oil depot for export with a capacity of 3.2 million barrels. I think this is one of the things that the United States is really worried about. The cheeky relationship between Iraq and China. It will be built on an area of around 2.5 square meters, project manager said in a statement published on Monday. The facility would comprise of 7 large storage tankers, including 4 tankers for heavy crude and 4 for light crude. He noted that the project aims to pump crude through a pipeline to the Fall port, which is under construction in South Iraq, which is the port that the United States wants access to. Crude will then be exported through the Arabian Gulf ports. There are also plans to transport crude from the storage tankers through pipelines to refineries and power plants in central and north Iraq. They are expecting this project to be completed in the second quarter of 2025. There's that year again, 2025. The budget's in 2025. This will be done by 2025. If you remember correctly, they're not even supposed to be dealing with the Iraqi exchange rate change until 2025. So with all these major changes happening, possibly in the positive, we could see definitely an increase in the value of the Iraqi dinar. So let's hope that Maliki and his government do not interfere with the progress that Iraq is making. That's the last thing we want. Another quick little side note. You guys have been asking me about this. I finally did the research. Here is the real QFS. No playing around this time. If you guys want to check it out, you can see right here what the name of it is. Just go listen to it. Before in the past, everybody was talking about the executive orders and everything else done here in the United States. This information comes straight from the International Monetary Fund. So feel free to go over and check it out. I encourage you guys to, and let me know what you think. Anyways, that's it for now. I look forward to your comments, and I will catch you later. I'm out.